Two test prep experts dive into Acely's content. Are they legit or are they frauds? Let's find out on today's deep dive. If you don't know who we are, Zach went to IMSA. Zach, tell them about yourself.
So I was a 4.0 student in high school. I went to the Illinois Mathematics and Science Academy, which is currently the #1 school in America. It was a boarding school and it was not easy at all. And so you have to listen to my advice. If you want to make it into a good college, you have to make sure you are standing out when it comes to college applications. So let's look at Acely's advice on how to stand out and how to make it into a better college. Let's see if Acely can actually help us in any type of way or if they're just capping. So I'm just going to share my screen.
Exactly. And while he does that, I'll share a little bit about myself. My name's Sovik, one of the head mentors here at Ignite. I got a great scholarship into UIUC CS, 5% acceptance rate, and basically got all A's in high school, 14 APs, all 1580 on the SAT, multiple captain positions, leader positions, awards on the state and national level for speaking, as well as for writing. And so that all was able to get me scholarships into the school I wanted to go to. And so this channel is really all about Zach and I sharing what worked for us as top tier students and giving you the real cutting edge info of what you actually need to know to place your child into their dream school. So everyone's heard of Acely, but let's take a look. Are these people actually real?
So let's see. So the first video they have was, it says crush your prep and beat SAT and ACT stress. Let's see what that's all about. What do you think about that?
Not gonna lie, my lamp just fell. But at the end of the day, it's pretty clear. I mean, they clearly put a lot of effort into an ad. What really matters though is results. Like, for example, Zach and I could sit here right now and we could go on ChatGPT or Canvas, or we could use Higgsfield, Manus. We could use any kind of AI software and we could have AI make a video exactly like this. And we could call it something like Ivy League. You know what I mean? And so what's important is they never actually showed real results, real students, real testimonies. They basically just shared a well-edited commercial.
Exactly. And that's just one of the reasons why you might have to be a little suspicious when it comes to Acely. You can't really trust in them fully because they're just an AI software at the end of the day. So let's look at the top.
Let's really trying to find out a lot more about these people. Who is this company? All right, so pause it and then go back 5 seconds. Just go back to like that last. Yeah. All right. Yeah, pause it here. All right, and then right here. Yeah. So, all right, let's take a look at their actual deliverables. Right, like what are they actually flexing? So, AI powered test prep. What does that mean? I think everyone who really knows what goes on knows what that means. They put ChatGPT into their website. That's all they did. They genuinely just said ChatGPT, make me an agent that helps kids with test prep, and they put it onto the website. Like genuinely, if you've ever used any kind of AI, you know exactly how easy it is to make AI powered test prep, and that level of ease should give you a little bit of indication as to its actual usability and function for your student. The second thing seems to be instant score tracking. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that is very, very easy to make. I think there's about 1,000 softwares that have that. And yeah, I don't really see the benefit in that. Like tech has been around for a while. Tech has always had instant score tracking. And the third thing is full length practice tests. The thing is, if there's scores from College Board, then you'll get that at oneprep.xyz for completely free. And we actually give that tool to all of our students.
Exactly. And there's already AI that you could get for free, such as Gemini, that have full length practice tests. So there's really no reason to pay for that because you could just get it for free. Now let's look at another video.
No. Look at Acely TikTok.
Acely TikTok.
Yeah, let's see if we can meet the people behind the brand. Let's find out. Because as you can see, Zach and I sit down with you every single day. We connect with our parents. Our parents have our phone numbers. You can tell we're real people who really have great results in mentoring students. And so let's find out who these people are. Let's see that first video. All right, pause it. What we have here is a Peter Pan individual. Someone peddling lies to students. This TikTok, you can think of that as his trumpet. This Peter Pan individual is spitting out lies to ideally get students to believe him that here's all you need to do a 1500. Go on this ChatGPT. That's essentially what he told you. Now here's the problem. All he's really, if you're a parent watching this, all he's trying to do is lie to your student, get them onto his $50 a month ChatGPT subscription. It's malicious. And the worst thing about it is we're about to give you something you're never going to see on any other test prep channel. We actually have insider information on this individual. Does that care to elaborate?
Yeah, so we know this guy. And the reason why we know this guy is because one of our students actually is really good friends with this guy. They're actually neighbors, which is even crazier. And he's an intern for Acely. And yeah, they're basically paying him below minimum wage just to make these goofy TikTok videos promoting Acely. So they don't even care about him. And he doesn't even care about the company. He's just doing whatever he's got to do for the bag. And they're just using him as much as they can before he quits. So that alone just shows you that Acely is not the place you want to be relying when it comes to SAT and ACT prep. You should definitely stay away from AI and go more towards something that has to do with mentors and just real experience. You need someone who's actually been in your shoes. AI has never been in your shoes. AI has never been in the situation that you've ever been in. And so why would you use AI to make it into college? It just doesn't make any sense at all.
Exactly. Parents, understand this individual. We have real information on this guy. And like no one else will tell you this, but genuinely by stroke of luck, one of our students is neighbors with this individual. And you'll never guess what we found out. Essentially, he makes $100 a month being paid to post slop like this, where he lies to Peter Pan these students and bring them onto this ChatGPT website. $100 a month. Genuine, it's less than McDonald's wage for posting slop like this. And then the worst of it all, he was inquiring about getting internships with us. But we don't pay students to do stuff like this. We'll never have to do this because real results speak for themselves. In fact, we genuinely, at this point right now, we're overflowing with students. And as you know, we have a very lean team of Ivy League specialists. So anytime that number hits that point, we say no more. So if you're even lucky to ever even get a chance to get on a call with us, definitely take advantage of that. But one thing we did put out for all the other families that we can't work with directly is our black book. So definitely check that out in the description, ignitetestprep.com/black book. But remember, our students get us other students. Genuinely, our results speak for themselves. And then really just, we'll never have to pay random students minimum wage to post up like this. But let's do that next video.
Exactly. And comment Black Book if you want all the tips and secrets on how to get a perfect score on the ACT and SAT in less than 90 days. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Wait, no, go deeper in the ASIC. We'll speed it up and this will be a 6 minute. But yeah, because he doesn't actually run the brand, so we can't just add.
Trying to convince my friends that Acely is the best website for SAT prep and nothing else gets top of it. All right, so apparently this is the best, but this video has 64 likes. So,
Bro, 300 million, bro.
oh, 300 million? Yeah, like there's just no way. It's not even, it doesn't even compare. And then we have again another video with this guy, the Acely intern.
Pause it. We gotta, if there was a program we could put in to make this guy permanently muted, we would. Because like, you can think of him as like the Acely paid mascot. You know what I mean? They paid a minimum wage to post this stuff. Like we gotta skip all this. Like skip to the person who founded the company talking with the audience, because we do things like that. Like you do fireside.
The founder, I don't think the founder ever even had the guts to show their face.
That's incredible. But yeah, watch one of those older ones. Yeah, one of those. Or like whichever one's most viral on.
It doesn't look like any of their videos go viral.
Oh, that one. How to calm test it. Yeah, any other educational content as well. This one, because he basically, yeah, maybe he's stressed. All right, pause it. Unbelievable. Clearly, this person's a fan of our content. Clearly, this person's been reading and really just clearly this person's been watching our content, because like we're one of the few that actually that haven't got that right out. But how are we gonna well, the main thing is sleep. She filmed this using AI, man. She definitely scripted this with AI.
Yeah, her answers aren't really authentic. Let's look at a video like this with a little more. So basically, she just explained the breakdown of the SAT and ACT. And so, I mean, this is good info because actually, this is just basic info that most students should already know. And if you're at this point where you don't know this, then you might be cooked for the test.
Wait, so basically, like, we're finding out the founders have never had an actual, like, long form sit down with their audience. They just post this kind of slop and they pay students to post slop. And then the thing is, there are very few likes on these videos, which tells me that they probably pay their interns to like the videos as well, which means you can kind of think of this like Ignite Mentors expose the dark, insidious underbelly of the Acely platform. Because while things look like it's all Skittles, rainbow, and jelly beans over there at Acely, it seems to be a much more nefarious, much more sinister. You could essentially think of them like the Sinister Six at this point. Because what we're finding out is they go out, they hire interns, pay them next to nothing, force them to post this kind of slop. Second thing, they're giving out very, very basic information. Third thing, they're charging people to basically use a platform they didn't invent, which is ChatGPT. Fourth thing, the kind of education that they're providing to the audience is a clear indication that they really don't know what they're talking about. Have you ever seen any of them talking about scoring well in the SAT? Like actually, if they themselves score well, have they talked about what really works in terms of getting into a good school? Because, and I believe this is one of the main problems with Acely, is that an SAT score is not enough. And so you almost want to think of them like they're almost like selling you the bun, but not the hot dog. Because this is a real problem here. You got to think of it like an SAT, a perfect SAT gets declined from Ivy League schools 75% of the time. Just having a good SAT is not nearly enough these days, which means is if all they do is they give you an SAT platform that basically just gives you ChatGPT, you can almost think of it like they're not really solving the main problem at the end of the day. What are you here for if you're a parent? You're here to get your student into their dream school. You're here to get scholarships. And SAT is just one piece of that puzzle. So unless you want to get Acely and then another 10 different programs, I would recommend looking for a simple, qualified team of Ivy League mentors. There's really just no replacement.
Do you want to end it or do we keep going?
But they really don't have anything to like that. I don't know. There's nothing. Can you go on their website maybe?
I mean, it's good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And in case you guys haven't realized, like Zach and I have done our research on every single test prep platform out there. So obviously, yes, we did buy a subscription to Acely, and yes, we did actually review it. And we made a review, but it was a long time ago. So Zach, do you want to refresh them on honestly what we thought when we bought this platform?
Yeah, so when we bought this platform, we really saw that it was basically just a waste because this is basically just ChatGPT, but with less features. And so why would you buy an AI that's literally not as good as other AIs? It just doesn't make sense. And when it comes to studying, you don't want to be relying on an AI. You want to be relying on somebody like yourself, first of all, a teacher, a mentor, somebody who actually knows the information. If you rely solely on AI, you're just going to end up not actually absorbing the information and you'll never really understand what you're supposed to be understanding. And so I just recommend don't use software like Acely because instead of reinforcing the curriculum that you should be learning, it's just going to be going in one ear and out the other. So that's what we found out with Acely.
Exactly. We tested it. We've tested every single platform out there. We've done our research. We know which tools can give you some kind of what you're looking for and which tools completely flop. And like honestly, Khan Academy delivers about 1,000x what Acely delivered for completely free. So like if you want just practice problems on a software, just use Khan Academy. Don't use Acely. But what you really want at the end of the day isn't an AI-powered test prep software. That's just what Acely has led you to believe with their team of high school interns all paid $100 a month. Instead, this is why Zach and I make these videos. It's to break down real knowledge because this space is so muddled with false information, with false gurus, and we're just trying to put out there what actually works from two people who got into their dream schools with scholarships. We developed an Ivy League blueprint that has a 100% success rate, placing students at their dream school. We took Pavin into Harvard with a 1600. You know what I mean? Like we took a student named Sam into NYU Stern on a full ride. We took a student named Nabila into her dream school, University of Pittsburgh GAP program. It has a 0.14% acceptance rate. So while Acely, wait, honestly, check the website, see if they have any results on the website. Okay. So no one is talking about their score. Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting that a platform that's specifically designed to increase your score doesn't seem to have any actual social proof that it is capable of doing that? That's fascinating. So they have zero results on their website. They have no interviews with the founder, no long form content where we can meet the people behind the platform and understand their vision for this. All we have from Acely is just ads, and a team of interns who they pay out as well. So basically just paid content distribution to bring people over to this very, very fishy website that Zach and I, we paid $50 so you don't have to. And at the end of the day, it was not worth it. So what we did today is we tried to get some kind of educational value out of the Acely content, and they're telling us to go to sleep. They're telling us to go on Acely. Like, what actual educational content did they give us? Nothing. Then we go on their website. We scour trying to find any kind of long form with the founder. Nothing. Nada. That could be Epstein behind this channel, behind this website, behind this distribution, behind this whole team. You never know. But at the end of the day, Acely is not to be trusted. And yeah, couldn't find any value from their educational content. Couldn't find any results. And like, at the end of the day, the guy that they have producing content for them wants an internship with us. And we said no. So don't go to AC. Instead, go to a qualified team of Ivy League specialists here at ignitetestprep.com/blackbook, or just check out any links in the description. And we actually give real educational content. So if you check out our channel, you're going to see an SAT bootcamp where Zach and I literally break down full-length reading module, full-length math module. Incredible stuff. We also break down the exact cheat codes to getting into your Ivy League schools, getting all A's, everything you ever want to know about schools, about admissions, and about scholarships. This is the dream team of college admissions, specifically the top 1%. What that means is all we know how to do, all we're specifically engineered for is getting your student to the top 1%. All A's, unweighted, 4.0 GPA, 1500 plus on the SAT, and ultimately dream school acceptance with scholarship money. You'll never see any platform making that kind of guarantee. And how do we guarantee it? Because we stand behind our system. We stand behind our system so well, in fact, that we're willing to give you tidbits of value, educational content on this channel. But honestly, if you want the real sauce, just download the ignitetestprep.com/blackbook. That is the insider's handbook. We sat down and we thought, what is everything a student would need to know about the SAT if we could write it down in a book? Download that and you won't be surprised because you know the kind of content we deliver. We're not out here paying interns to deliver slop on TikTok. We're out here delivering real value every single day. So tap in, download the Black Book, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out. Peace.